Hey guys, how are you? I'm gonna wait for a few people to come on, grab something out of the kitchen real quick, and I'll be right back. We're gonna do an herbal Q&A live here from my living room, so bring your questions and I'll let you guys get thinking, get started. Let's do this. Scott Cunningham, live herbal Q&A. Yes, it is. Live herbal Q&A. Bring ourselves, bring our books, bring on marijuana. When I get back to my phone, there better be people there. Hey, look, there's people here. Do I love Texas? Pisces Mermaid is here and asks. Great question. Do I love Texas? No. But I have to go there, so I am trying to find all of the things I love about it and put them on a list, and say, like, here's the things I love about Seattle, here's the things I love about Texas. And I gotta tell you, that Texas list is getting pretty long, so I'm trying my hardest to fall in love with Texas. Hi, Stephanie Gonzalez. Hi, Alchemy Seal. Hi, Ozark Oracle. Hi, Joyce Jordan. Hi, everybody. I am doing well. I hope everybody here is doing well. Hi, Raven Sandmoon. I thought, and Stephanie, I thought it would be nice to, do what we've been doing for the last few days and do some herbal Q&A, or just talk about things we use in our witchcraft. Excellent, Michelle. No worries. It's kind of a late night for me. I've been working crazy hard on my late winter, spring 2019 foragings from my Etsy shop. And what I'm doing is it turned out to be 72 herbs altogether. And they're all laid out on my bed right now. I've divided them into 4 piles. Now I'm going through my books, and I'm writing down a little bit to go with each herb that I put in this bundle that are going to be available on my Etsy as soon as I get the listings done. But I'm just taking loads of time on this one. It is just going to be so much fun. There's 72 items plus 3 extras. And the extras are things I only had 1 or 2 of. So certain bundles got this for an extra or that for an extra. So anyway, if you guys have some herbal questions, or if you just want to chit chat, let's talk about it now. Alchemy says, what's something to love about Texas? Fresh seafood from the Gulf? Absolutely, Joyce. When I was there, the shrimps were as big as my hand. Like, there's no mucking around down there. They're not little tiny shrimp. They're Gulf shrimp. Crawdads, or they call them mud bugs. I don't like calling them mud bugs. They're crawdaddies to me, or crawdads. Man, there's a lot of good things there, but there's not organic sections that I could find in grocery stores. So in comparison to here in Seattle, we have Whole Foods in every city, and there's not a lot. I mean, there's farmers markets and stuff, but there's not like a lot of, the focus isn't necessarily on like organics and health from what I saw. But maybe that's just Houston. Hey Tangerine, how are you? Nice to see you. So yeah, honeysuckle, excellent. Somebody put one out there. Alchemy Cell says, I live in Ballinger, Texas. A tornado touched down in town Saturday morning. Several houses destroyed 4 blocks from here. See, those are the things I'm not excited for. Being scared, having anxiety about storms. But I am excited to use the storm energies, So yes, I think we should look up honeysuckle, because that's why we're here. And Pisces Mermaid, so let's talk about honeysuckle. So let's do it. Let's look in the 2 books. Now I do know that honeysuckle is an edible, so it may come up in the red book. But let's first look in the green book to see if it is in fact there. At the end of the last stream, I said I was going to talk about Jupiter herbs, and I didn't end up doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about Jupiter herbs for the person I didn't get to last time. The herbs for Jupiter are argramony, anise, avens, banyan, wood betony, bodhi, borage, chestnut, conifoil, clove, dandelion, dock, endive, fig, honeysuckle. That's hilarious. See how these things match and pair together? So honeysuckle, now we know what's in this book. Horse chestnut, house leek, hyssop, linden, liverwort, maple, meadowsweet, nutmeg, sage, sarsaparilla, sassafras, star anise, tea, T-I, and witchgrass. So, as a segue, let's go right in and talk about honeysuckle, but it is a juniper herb. Juniper herb. The dark pool's here. Hi, honey. How are you? Nice to see you. Okay, so juniper herb, honeysuckle was in there, so now let's talk about honeysuckle. And are any of you that are in the chat wanting to hear about the bundle I'm putting together for my Etsy and hear everything that comes in it? If so, let me know. Honeysuckle. Oh, there's a good amount on there. Let's see the picture. There's a little picture of the honeysuckle. Pretty. And let's go ahead and do some guessing, guys. Let's guess the gender, the planet, and the element. Just like we always do. Gender, planet, and element. You guys want to know? Okay, after this, we'll go through and I'll show you the bundles that I've got ready for my Etsy. So let's guess. What is the gender, planet, and element of honeysuckle, you guys? I'll give you some of the folk names. Sometimes that can help. Dutch honeysuckle, goat's leaf, and woodbine. Ozark guesses female and Pluto. Tangerine guesses Venus. Willow Witch is here. Hey, I'm about to go to bed. Well, nice to see you. Nice to say hi. Michelle, will you have access to any native desert plants when you move? Yes. Yes, that's one thing that's already on the list that I'm very, very, very excited about is desert foragings. Just as soon as I get my pair of boots where I'll be safe from snakes. And as soon as I get some snake bite boots, I'll be okay and I want to go out in the desert. Darkpool says she'd say female. Growing honeysuckle from cuttings is the easiest plant you've ever grown that way. From the Darkpool, thanks, that's great information. So, honeysuckle, the gender is masculine. I think most of us were surprised. I think most of us said female. It's masculine. The planet is Jupiter, and the element is Earth. Now, somebody guessed the planet being Pluto. So far, we haven't come into Pluto in all of these, and not that I ever remember seeing Pluto, so I don't know if it's under the planets, and if it's not, I would wonder why. I know for a while there, they started saying that Pluto wasn't a planet anymore, but then they brought it back. It's just silly. Okay, so masculine, Jupiter, and Earth. The powers are money, psychic powers, and protection. The magical uses. Ring green candles with honeysuckle flowers to attract monies. Or place them in a vase in the house or for the same purpose. Lightly crush the fresh flowers and then rub on the forehead to heighten psychic powers. And I'm guessing we're right there in between the third eye, right there at the sixth chakra. So rub just the crush lightly and rub the juice from the flowers and it will enhance your psychic powers. If a honeysuckle plant is grown outside near your home, it will bring good luck. And if it grows over the door, it will help keep fevers at bay for the entire household. So again, there's the honeysuckle, and yeah, we found that under the Jupiter herbs, which I read right before. So everybody should have got the planet, but that's okay. Yeah. Do they have ticks where you're moving to Texas? I don't know. I want to really understand more about the animals and bugs that I need to be aware of, before I go out venturing. But for things like ticks, I got ticks as a kid, and my parents would get matches and burn them off of my head. And I remember that being no fun. I remember being 3 and 4 years old. in the mirror with my parents, and they were like, it's going fast, we gotta get it. And meanwhile, like, burning ticks out of my head. So my God, I hope not, but I'm sure, we're gonna be in the Houston area, near the water, so. Ticks get guinea hens. They will sleep in the trees. Okay. Mosquitoes are bad. Okay. Yeah, I know. So I'll be I'm already pretty much a cottage witch, but I'll probably be getting out in the morning when it's not too hot yet, or late at night. Doing a lot of sleeping during the day and my work at nighttime. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I was worried about getting our cats are indoor, outdoor, and I was worried about them. And then I was starting to think maybe we should just put them back to indoor, but after they've been outdoor cats, it's like you can't really do that. So I just keep doing my magical workings with my kitties, no, Chloe, no. Sewing certain herbs up into their collars and stuff like that. There's a lot of things you can do for protection for your animals that way, but I know, and Darkpool says, just think of the sea witchcraft you'll get to do, Jen. Yes, absolutely. And I think what I'm going to do also is add into the foragings a lot of those shells and things that I got from the Galveston Sea, from the ocean there, and the Gulf of Mexico. So I think I'm going to... The reason I haven't got those on the Etsy page yet, because I wanted to do... you know how people throw bones for divination? I was going to make a bone throwing kit just out of sea goods. So it would be like a sea witch shell and bone throwing divination kit. But I cannot get the full... Hey, you know what? Just a second. Rosebud, this is not happening. Come here. Like, you are honestly sitting by the window and picking on everybody. It's really rude. Rosebud. It's really rude. No, come back. Why do you do this to me? I'm just going to sit this here so you can't sit there anymore. Okay, here's the problem, and I'm sorry that I had to do that. We have one cat, Rosebud. She sits by the window where the cats are allowed to go in and out of the window. It just stays open, And she sits there and she, traps them and doesn't let them come in or out. And so I just put a pillow there. Anyway, excuse me. Sorry about that. What were we talking about? Sing me a song, Tangerine. Well, I'm not Tangerine. And I'm sure Tangerine is singing for you right now because she's on the chat. But I learned some stuff about watermelon today, you guys, while I was doing my foraging list, because I just decided for the first time to put watermelon rind in the dehydrator, just with a little bit of fruit on the edge. You know how the edge you can eat it and then it's like light pink? So I didn't keep a lot of the fruit on because it's pure water, but I kept some of the fruit on, dehydrated the peels, and I was thinking, how can I use these for working? So I'll tell you guys the entire list of the things that are on the foragings, and then I've started to write down just a little snippet out of the books about what it would be good for. That way when you receive your 72 plus 3 bonus herbs, you'll know what to do with them. Or you can put them in a jar or a paper bag and then just write on there what it would be good for. So here we go. We have the dogwood, and I took the dogwood and I broke that up into all the parts. So it's not, this is why it's taking so freaking long, and I think this is what my husband doesn't understand, and what a lot of people don't understand whenever it's looking at price points when it comes to herbs and things like that. So I go and I forage them, and then I give an offering. I take them, I dry them, which takes time. And then when they're dry, I separate them. So for the dogwood, it was that big old branch with all the flowers and leaves on it, right? When we were reading through dogwood out of this book just the other day, we realized there's certain things you can do with the sap in the branches, there's certain things you can do with the leaves, and then it didn't say anything for the flowers, but they're uber beautiful, and you can use your intuition on that. Hi Cole, nice to see you. So for the dogwood, we've got, and I've segregated them, and I'll show you on the bed, branches, flowers, and leaves. And then on the list, I said, what you could do with each one of those things. The dogwood was good for wishes and protection. The branches or the sap you place in a handkerchief midsummer to grant your wishes if you faithfully carry that handkerchief. And so I've got a little snippet about a little bit of stuff you could do. However, for the folks that do purchase the herbs, I would suggest if you don't already have this, get this, and you're going to have so much more information to add on with these two books. So we've got holly in 3 separate pieces. We've got the holly branches, we've got the leaves and the berries. So that, again, I got a couple of big giant branches, which I did off of camera with you guys. I showed it to you after I got it though. So big branches, then I dried it out. I have branches for wands, for workings, for just to have that holly wood, okay? Hollywood. 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 One of the most magical ingredients in witchcraft. Funnily enough, we call Hollywood Hollywood. It's not a coincidence. And we've talked about that quite a few times. So we've got the Hollywood, we've got the leaves and the berries, and then I give things you can do with all of those. Ferns, blackberry, the branches, the leaves, and the stalks. Pomelo, ugly fruit, starfruit, that's the carambola or the starfruit. And then I have starfruit leaves because we grow that here as a plant. Okay, so we've got watermelon. What did we learn about the watermelon today, Jennifer? We learned that, I think it was a love food if I'm not wrong. Watermelon, healing. Watermelon first came to America from Africa with the slaves, so therefore it is attached to hoodoo. Ancient Egyptians used watermelon they mixed the juice with wine and gave it to those who were ill with demons. And it's also related to the god Set in Egyptian deities. So I got some information on mango. If my dehydrator was big enough, I would, because this is how I eat watermelon, I cut it in half with a spoon. I've always done it that way. But, you could put this in your oven, I guess, at a low temp, dry it out, and do a working right in a bowl. My dehydrator's not big enough to, take shelves out and do all that. But one day I'll have one of those Cabela dehydrators that I want. But you could do a working right inside of here. You can also smell it with visualization. So if you were to take this watermelon and just smell this, it's very aromatic when it's fresh. You smell it with visualization, the watermelon, and this will help you with healing. So you'll visualize yourself healing. A lot of these things on the list, you need to add visualization into, but I think that that's just something that we get used to in witchcraft and magic in general. So let's talk about more of what's in this 72 herb kit from my foragings. Watermelon, mango, chestnut, shallot, a whole entire shallot that I just dried right inside the skin. I've got these invisible pods with seeds. I have no idea what they are, but that doesn't matter. Each person gets one, and that's kind of the point. You don't even need to know the name of it or what it's called. Use your intuition. So when I show you this, you'll see, but it's invisible around the outside, and then there's the seed on the inside, and it's basically looked like a leaf that lost all the structure and just has the veins of it left. And I think that would be a really good one to use for if it was me and I was going to do a working with it, I would use it to soothe the true insides of somebody. If I was, let's say I was dating somebody, or if I had a new friend come into my life and I couldn't really get a good empathetic read on them, then I would probably do a working with this little thing that's see-through to try and see their true inside, so that I could, without breaking them apart, see their true inside. See their true intentions. So that's what I'm going to, suggest that might be a good thing. But by things that don't come up in books, I put intuitive, and then I put what I would do with it. Then we've got the witch's balls, gumballs or witch's burrs. I've got a few of those in there. Avocado, 4 different parts of avocado. I have the fruit itself. I dried avocado slices. They turned out brilliant. So hilarious. So I have the fruit itself. I have the seed. I have the skin of the seed. And then I have the skin of the fruit. And avocados are amazing for fertility workings, and they have a lot of different benefits and properties. But we've got artichoke leaves, strawberry in 2 ways. We've got dried strawberry fruit, and I dried some into the shape of a heart. And when you cut it, it's kind of the shape of a heart anyway. They're great for love and fertility as well, because the seeds are on the outside, and it's very, seeds are fertility, abundance. And the strawberries got the seeds on the outside. I also dried the leaves of the top, the whole tops of the strawberries. Okay, so we've got grapes on the vine, and then just grapes. We've got pomegranate skins, limes dried into circles with the fruit, the pith, and the, like a wheel, lime wheels. Lemon wheels, blood orange wheels, cedar chips, garlic skins, passion flower. Each person will get 1 passion flower from Alex's. They're dropping 1 per day. It's so amazing. Sweet oranges. I've got loads and loads of oranges that are going to go in this. Oranges are so good for money and abundance, and really good in the magical teas that we make. I cut up loads of oranges and been dehydrating them over the full moon that had just passed, because I want to do more teas on my Etsy shop. These teas that we create together for joy or for depression or for happiness or whatever magical intention we've been creating teas. I want to get more of those up on the Etsy shop, because remember that tea that we created that tasted like ribbon candy? I can't get over how good that was. So I really feel like that's my spirit guides telling me, do some more teas. So I've dried up loads of oranges and citruses for that. What else? Mini tropical bananas, the full skins. Banana skins for workings, regular banana skins. Red onion and the fruit of the red onion. Fig leaf. Red jasper. So I put some stones in here too. I put a red jasper stone and a blue chardonnay. And the blue chardonnay, I got a gift of about 60 or 70 of those stones a few months ago from Nina. Thank you, Nina. And she gave it to me because they're great in lung workings, lung breathing workings. And both of our fathers have very terminal lung issues. And so she shared it with me for that. I have so many that I put each of these stones in there, the red jasper and the blue chardonnay. I have yellow passion fruit skins. So, and I have dried the yellow passion fruit seeds as well. So I've got the fruit and the skins dried, and the seeds. Fresh passion fruit dried skins. Frozen passion fruit dried skins. They look different. The fresh passion fruits dry purple. The frozen's dry kind of like beige, I guess is the best way to describe that. But you'll see when we go through. We've also got very dark, gorgeous purple lilacs, like really pretty. Radish leaves, lettuce, dragon fruit. 2 of them will be getting a yellow dragon fruit, and 2 of them will be getting a mini scarlet dragon fruit. Young Thai coconut. I have coconut husks that smell like vanilla that are great in potpourri, and then also I scrape off the shells so that they're floating candles. So in each of these Etsy orders, they'll come with the husks to go into offerings or potpourri, and it smells so good. And also the shell itself, where you can put a tea light into it and float it in your bath, and it's this lovely floating candle. Why would you want a coconut shell floating with you other than the fact it's pretty? It's very protective, it's very cleansing, and it's very purifying, the coconut. So to have that in your bath with you is going to resonate those energies. Hey Iridescent, how are you? Nice to see you. I see all you guys talking. I just really have to focus, and I'm glad that you're talking to each other. Nice to hang out. I added some of those monkey tree petals that were so sharp. Remember the monkey tree? and I plucked all those petals one by one. It took me hours. They're very, very sharp, and I put 7 of those in there. Banana flower petals, large and small, dark and blonde. I put kind of like 3 or 4 of those petals. Banana flower, the stamen. Inside of the coconut shell, it's full of banana flower stamen. I put some pine cone in there, some choke berries, not choke cherry, but choke berry, quail egg shells, organic free-range brown chicken egg shells. I put some of my dried meditation tree, both the flowers and the leaves, if you guys want to have a connection to me a bit more, because I add my DNA to that tree. I don't just sit and meditate with it, but I actually add moon blood. So it's a part of me, and I've dried some flowers and some leaves from when it just flowered a few weeks ago. So we've got that. Norfolk Island pine, that's my indoor Yule tree that we keep alive all year. And then Norfolk Island pine, whether it's inside working for you alive or whether you're burning it, is great for warding off evil spirits. And it smells amazing in incenses, oh boy. Lotus leaf. Now the next 2 things are odd, but I myself am very odd. So I've put in goat hair from our goats. They rub against the fence and it makes these little dreads. So we collect that in a bag and then we use it for magical workings. And so we've got goat hair, and we've also got white and gray cat hair, just Chloe. The reason I take hair from Chloe is because she is pure love and innocence. Of the 5 cats we have, she is pure love and innocence. There's not a cruel bone in her body. She doesn't even know how to joke. But the other cats, Anyway, I would be more than welcome to share Otis's hair with anybody that might want to work with Otis's energy, but I put a little ball of goat hair and of cat hair in there. For those of you who don't just have it readily available. I also have things like, not in this package, but you could order separately from me, cat nails and cat whiskers. Those are great for magical workings. Okay, so ivy with the stems. I collected a lot of that this season. Chicken's foot with nail polish. Everybody's going to get a chicken foot with a little bit of nail polish on it. Brown coconut husk and shell. So not a young Thai coconut, a brown coconut. And I got one that's in the actual coconut shell, the outside shell. So I have some of that to share as well. And now let's talk about the extras that not every single one will get, but every single one will get 3 of these. Chocolate pudding fruit with the pentagram star that comes on the top of it. Large mango seeds, they're about 3 inches by 1 inch. Blonde kiwi, it's a tropical fruit, and I dried them so they're little bowls. You can do workings inside. Passion fruit with the seeds dried inside. Trumpet flowers that I blessed under that special flower full moon we had. A ginger knob, 3 kumquats that are dried whole. An entire mini mango dried whole with the seed in it and fruit around it and everything. It's so cute. I dried the whole entire thing. A papaya boat. We ate the papaya. It's kind of like this, but it's shaped like oval, right? Not round, but oval. And we ate the insides out and we dried it. And the papaya is this bright, bright, bright orangish red. And then the skin is greenish yellow. So when we dried it into a boat after we ate it, it's really cool. You could put a candle and herbs in there and do up a whole little working inside of the fruit, which I love to do. A miracle berry root from the miracle berry tree, and you could use that for, if you were doing a working you considered to be a miracle, you could use it in that. And then a half of a mini pineapple skin. So I've got this big chunk of pineapple skin that's all dried together. So now I guess I'll take you guys through and show you the herbs, and then we can do some more Q&A. Hey, Moss the Boss and everybody else who's here. Peggy totally needs to make some goat bags, Ozark. You have a ton of goat's hair. Yeah, see, and if you that's a cool way to attach to the animal, the spirit of the animal and the energies of the animal without having any sort of taxidermy. I'm not going to call it vegan by any means, but yeah. Alright, so let's go take a look. And I'll show you what we've got. Come on then. I haven't been able to sleep in my bed for 2 days because there's been herbs on it, but that's okay. We have a guest room. That's what it's there for, right? I don't really know where to put you to see everything. La 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 la. Maybe I'll do a slow close-up or something. Hey Nello, how are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, I know it's late at night. I hadn't gone on yet today. Hey, guess what, guys? It's 11:11 almost. So let's see. Starting from the back here, these are the things that I've bundled up. Like, this is the dogwood branches. Okay, and this is the Hollywood. And we've got beautiful ivy, and they're all separate stems that I've all done all these by hand, you know. It all took so much time and love, which I don't mind giving. The blackberry bramble, so the actual thick parts of the blackberry. And then we have, this is all so pokey, blackberry stems from the blackberry bushes, the smaller bits, the stems. And we've got fiddle ferns, a bunch of fiddle ferns. And the big pile of blackberry leaves. Those are good for loads of things. And again, once I get everything written down, what's good for what, you know, I'm going to do a video and a more focused video. So it's just hard for me, I guess, to get a picture of everything, but we've got, you know, the pomelo, the ugly fruit that you can do the working right inside, the carambola or the star fruit, watermelon, the star fruit branch, shallot. Here's this invisible thing I was talking about, the invisible seed pod. Avocado fruit, seed, the witch's burrs, limes and blood oranges and lemons, and beautiful pomegranate skin, and grapes dried on the vine for gossip removal workings, cedar chips, strawberries with the strawberry stem, all the bits of avocado, thistle, artichoke, a banana dried whole for workings. Here's that whole tropical banana, yellow passion fruit, dried red onion. Here are the frozen passion fruits versus the non-frozen, and you can see the color difference between the two there. Lettuce and banana flower and monkey puzzle tree and the fig leaf, garlic skins, lilac, the stones. So we've got the red jasper here. And then we've got the blue chandelier, which is that lung stone. And radish tops and dragon fruit for those of you who like to practice draconic magic. And then here's the mini scarlet dragon fruit. So cool. And here's the coconut that can be made into a floating coconut bath candle. Here are the stamen from the banana flower. The banana flower petals here. Monkey puzzle tree. Those are sharp enough to cut ya. Young Thai coconut husks smell like vanilla. Here's more of those banana flowers. This is coriander. These are choke berries. Pine cone. My meditation tree, which has my DNA connected to it. Here's the goat dread. Here's the cat dread. This is lotus flower. The quail eggs. Chicken eggs. Norfolk Island pine, the dogwood flowers. I gave you a bunch of pink flowers there. And then we've got the other things to the side. I wanted to make sure to show you this papaya boat. Turned out really cool after we dried it. And the miracle berry root turned out really cool after we dehydrated it. So honestly, there's a little bit of everything, including a chicken's foot with some fancy nails, because I feel like we all should get our chicken's foot out, you know? Yeah, so lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff there. So much time and moonlight and thought and research has gone into all of this. So really excited to share with 4 of you the foragings that I have left over, and stuff like that. So what do you guys think? It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of time, but does it sound like something people would be excited to receive? I don't know. You guys tell me. I would be excited to get my hands on that if I didn't have a way to, you know, do my foragings on my own. Or if I just didn't have those resources close to me. Yeah, I have been foraging, that's right. I'll take some pictures of it. Yeah, good idea, Tangerine. I gotta take some Etsy photos and stuff. But yeah, it's just really fun. I just don't know. I'm not good at making Etsy listings. I gotta get better at it. You can take a photo and turn it into a card. Alex I'm always telling him to do that. He takes so many beautiful pictures of his plants, and I want him to make cards for like the farmer's market and stuff. And a couple years ago, his mom even got him a printer to print out cards and stuff like that. So, but a lot of the things we grow around here were just so fun, and Tangerine says it's easy to print them out. That's great. Is there anything else I can look up for you guys, or questions I can answer about that, so we can move on to a new topic? All right, Michelle, Noel, have a beautiful sleep. It was nice to see you. Yeah, Nello. As soon as you want to, if anyone wants to make one of those 4 orders, let me know, and I'll start putting that intent on it. So yeah, let's do an herbal question. Does anybody have an herb we can look up and talk about? Otherwise, I'm gonna be heading off to do more work here. Clover! Excellent one to talk about, Tangerine. Let me go grab some clover so I can show it to you guys. Okay, so believe it or not, I've already done a video talking all about clover, but I want to talk about it again. However, in this video, called something like The Taxidermy Witch, Clover and Herbalism, we go into 3-leaf clovers, 4-leaf clovers, I mean, all the lore behind that, etc., 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 because I go through all my books and look on clover. But what we're going to do is look at it and talk about it out of Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. Good night, Joyce. We love you so much. Good night, Donna. So my chinchillas actually love clover for a treat. We can feed them some clover. Is the sugar glider out? We could feed her worms too. Let's see if she's awake. Mish? Oh, you are awake. Oh my god. Everybody, let's look at the sugar glider. She's so cute. She's awake. Okay, we're looking right down into that bag. Do you guys see her? Mish? Do you guys see her? Mish, move your head so they can see you. Do you see her in there? She's in her little sack. Isn't she cute? Mish, say hi to everybody. I'm gonna get a worm so we can feed her. Let's get a worm so we can feed her together. And then we'll talk about clover and we'll feed the chinchillas some clover. Here's the clover. Okay, let's feed the sugar glider. Her name is Mish. It's short for Michelle. Oh, look, you guys. Here are all the lamps I have for sale. Let's take a quick peek at all of the beautiful oil lamps I have for sale. Ah. Yes, Otis. What's up, buddy? No food? You kitties are out of food? Who let that happen? Who in the world let that happen? It was me. It must have been me. Here you go, bud. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Thank you for telling me, monster. Okay, we're getting a worm for the sugar glider. First that's... Where's the sugar glider's worms? Oh, I got them already. This is what Mish eats. Giant mealworm. She likes to have 3 a night. 3 worms. Say hi, Chloe. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get this so we can actually see her. Mish, come on, baby. She, now Alex feeds her by hand, but I use reptile tongs because she bites, but she, like, I don't know how to explain it. She'll stick her arms out of the cage and grab you and pull your hand in to smell it. And if you have sweat on your hand, which most people do, she'll also take a bite. So anyway, Mish, let's get you over here so everybody could see us having a worm. She's back there in her little sack and just her head's pointing out right there. That white piece right there, that's her head. Okay, Mish. And so I didn't want to mistake these chopsticks for any other ones, so I drew some worms on the chopsticks, but they don't look like worms, Alex said. He said they look like something else. I tend to agree. Okay, Mish. So he opens up the door and puts his hand in. I don't do that. It's a little bit much for me. Come on, Mish. Eh. Hey, come back, bud. There's a little worm. Mish. Oh. See, that's what makes it so hard. Where'd it go? Mish. There it is on the floor. Come on, Mish. Come on. Got worms, bub. You're not hungry? Let me go on the back side and see if I can get her to eat. Come on, Mish. Okay, and then this is the cutest part. She eats it like a little popsicle. She keeps it in her hand and she's like... Hi, Michelle. Are you eating your worm? You being a good girl? Where's your worm at? Where's your little worm? You all done? You all done? So that's fun. Let's feed the chinchillas clover. Now, the chinchillas, they just had fun taking a little bath. Say hi to Steves. Hi, Steves. We love you, buddy. Hi, Steves. And here's Beats. Down here. Hi, Beats. Hi, buddy. Hi. Let's give them a little treat. So they like herbs and different kind of things like that. There's actually a big list of stuff that they can have. And clover is one of their like treats that they really love. See these little clover flowers? So, you stay there and don't do any jumping, okay? Can you get on the lower level for me, please? If you jump, no, listen, because if you jump out, I can't catch you. Let me get this in there. Move out of the way. I'm coming. Can you move out of the way, please? Okay. Here. Oh, you little freak. Can you not do that? Here. Steve's. Hi, bud. I brought you clover. No. Yeah. No. Okay, so obviously I'm not as good with the chinchillas as Alex is, but if they get out of their cage, I don't know how to get them back in. So I have this special way that I let them get out and run and all of that, but they tend to know when I'm not on my game, so I think that they can somehow sense that. Let's talk about clover. Let's talk about clover and herbalism, as we were just feeding a bit of it to the chinchillas. And again, I have done that video just talking about clover and herbalism, so make sure to check that out. But let's really quickly talk about clover. So, clover is not clove, obviously. Cloves are what we talked about just the other day. They're the small brown things that look like little nails, and we know them sometimes because we push them into fruits on Yule and things like that. Clove, the folk names are Myket and Carenfil. The gender is masculine. The planet is Jupiter. The element is fire. Powers are protection, exorcism, love, and money. Magical uses. Burned as an incense, clove. Oh, that's clove. Sorry. You guys, take back what I said. I was reading clove. Now we're going to read clover. Folk names. Honey, honey stalks, shamrock, three-leaved grass, terrifoil, terrifoil. Gender, masculine. Planet, Mercury, element, air. Deity, Rowan. The powers are protection, money, love, fidelity, exorcism, and success. Magical uses of the two-leaved clover. If you find a two-leaved clover, you shall soon find a lover. Three-leaved clover. Terrifoil, or the three-leaved clover, is worn as a protective amulet. Four-leaved clovers. The four-leaved clover, if worn, helps men avoid military service. It also protects against madness, strengthens psychic powers, enables you to detect the presence of spirits. That's why I have it in my spirit-raising incense. And leads the wearer to gold, money, or treasure. If two people eat a four-leaf clover together, mutual love will result. 7 grains of wheat laid on a four-leaf clover will enable one to see fairies. If you put a 4-leaf clover in your shoe before going out, you will increase your chances of meeting a rich loved one, a rich new love. 5-leaf clover. If the 5-leaf clover is The 5-leaf clover is powerful for attracting money and should be worn for this purpose. A white clover. White clover is used to work against hexes and is worn and scattered around the premises for this. What we're using here is red clover, but when you talk about white clover, it looks like this but white. Hey Dustin, how are you? No, you're not late. I'm on late tonight, and we're talking about clover. So the red clover, which is what I showed y'all, which is what's inside of here, and these are what you find in your yard a lot of the time, and what you'll recognize the most is it looking like this, into like a little pink or purple flower ball with a leaf all shriveled up, okay? So this is red clover. This clover added to bathwater aids you in dealing with financial arrangements of every kind. Red clover is also used in lust potions and an infusion is sprinkled to remove negative spirits. In general, for the clover keeps snakes away from your property if grown there. Okay, so another snake herb. Every time we talk about snakes, we highlight. It's just one of my personal things. So keep snakes off of the properties where it's grown. When placed in the left shoe and then forgotten, clover keeps evil from you. So just throw some in there and literally forget about it, and then over time you'll forget about it. When you wear it, evil won't be able to come near you. Worn over the right breast, it brings success in all undertakings. If you have been disappointed in love, wear clover near your heart in a piece of blue silk to help you through. So, me and my snakes, I know. I think you were the one, Dustin, who asked before about, what's the deal with snakes? So let's see. I would definitely take at least one more question. I'm going to feed my sugar glider one more little worm, because it's her dinner time. There she is. Look, she's up on the rail now. Okay, great. She's up and about. Let's see if we can get a better picture of her. Come on, Michelle. Come on, Mish. Do you guys see her? She's on the wall. Like, she's right there, above my chopstick. Come on, Michelle. Come on. Come on, baby. You want another worm or what? Come on. Come on. Come on, Mish. Oh, Otis. Michelle, come on. Mish. Come on. Please. Oh, my potatoes. She wants me to go all the way over to her and feed her. You dropped it. You dropped a worm, and now there's a worm under my couch. Thanks, Michelle. Do you think you could get it better this time? Make sure you've got it. Ah! Rosebud! Come on, Michelle. I can't feed you over there because I don't want to drop them. I'm sorry, you guys. I know that this is super boring. Come on. Come on. Mish, where's your worm? Come get it, please. Can you please come get your worm? Oh my golly. You guys, I'm really sorry. I don't know what her deal is. Come on, boo. Alright, she got it that time. That was only 2, though. I haven't done the 3rd one. Come on, Mish. You need 3 worms, right? 3 worms. I'll figure later. You snooze, you lose. Alright. Okay. So, let's see, do we have an herbal question? What's a plant that helps with getting up and about to tackle what's on your mind that needs to be done instead of putting things off? Ooh, to avoid procrastination and stuff. Well, let me think of a way to explain that on a magical level, but I do know that I don't know if you call it magical or medicinal, but bee pollen, and I'll show you my bee pollen. If there was one thing that gets me so alert that I can't think of much else besides not procrastinating, and believe me, procrastinating is like probably one of my biggest downfalls. But bee pollen, and I just eat this on a spoon. I'll ingest it. And the lady at the shop told us too, she's like, it gives crazy amounts of energy and really gets you doing productive stuff. And I thought, well, it's worth a go. And if not, I can use it in magic for all kinds of stuff, you know, just pollen. What a great magical ingredient. But this is like, takes away procrastination. So I was able to get this fresh jar for $10. I don't know if that's a good deal or not, but bee pollen has been what I've been able to find. But let's look under Scott Cunningham's magical intentions to see what maybe we could apply to that. Like, I think the word we're looking for is motivation or drive, or, you know. So under magical intentions, we've got astral projection, beauty, chastity, courage. I mean, I don't think you need courage, it doesn't sound like, but that could be one, just having the courage to not procrastinate. Promoting happiness. You know, it could fall under maintaining health, and there's a big bunch of herbs to help maintain health. But I'd say more than anything, it just sounds like needing that extra push. And then there's a big group of herbs to strengthen your mental powers. And I would say that procrastination is probably a weakness of our mental powers. And that's just my opinion. Prophetic dreams, psychic powers, purification. But bee pollen is... Oh, I know. You could do a working for yourself to not be a procrastinator, and then add these success to attain herbs. Lemon balm, cinnamon, clover. Haha, clover. Ginger, High John the Conqueror, rowan, wahoo, and winter's bark. All of those herbs help you to attain success. So if your goal was to not procrastinate anymore, you could add some of these herbs into your working to get your success. And then wishes to manifest. Bamboo, beech, buckthorn, dandelion, dogwood, which we forage. Ginseng, grains of paradise, hazel, Job's tears, liquid amber, pomegranate, sage, sandalwood, sunflower, tonka, violet, and walnut. All of these herbs will help you manifest your wishes. So if your wish is to not procrastinate anymore and you would like to do a working to manifest that, you could add in some of those. So hopefully that answered your question, Dustin. Green tobacco. I'd like to know more about that. Do you just mean the leaf when it's green before it dries? Layla says, Dustin, a trick I use, write down all the things you do in order of importance and check them off as you go. That's a pretty good one, Tangerine. A lot of people also make a list, and it's called, there's a must-do section, and then there was a to-do section. So it's like all the things you know you have to do that day put on one section, and then all the things you'd like to do that day, you know. But yeah, bee pollen. I would like to know more about green tobacco, though. That's interesting. Jen Nello wants to know if you have a copper lamp. Are you talking about... this floating alien spaceship oil lamp? I don't know if it's copper, but when I look at the bottom, it looks like copper. It feels like copper. I don't know how you test things to see if they're copper, but yes, this is indeed an oil lamp that's not been used yet. And to get into it, you just undo the top. And then you put the oil and the herbs inside. Now, if you guys don't know about setting the lights for your intentions, and I'm tipping you over here to look at all those oil lamps. If you don't know about setting the lights for your intention, man, it's so awesome. I've done videos on hoodoo oil lamps, so Taxidermy Witch hoodoo oil lamps videos. And it's talking about putting the herbs in to the lamp with the oil. That way, when your herbs are in here and you put the oil in here, and you put the wick inside, and then you start to burn it, all of those herbs, the essences, and the combination of them with your intention is coming through into the air. I mean, when I learned about hoodoo lamps for setting the lights, so much more started to function in my mind magically. I started to get so many more ideas, so many more, I don't know, focused intentions, etc. But this one's cool because it floats, like in a floating bath, so you could have it there with your floating coconut candles, etc., with tea lights in them. But, you know, if this is copper, and Nello, I don't know if we talked about blood type or anything like that yet, but if you're negative blood type and this is copper, it would be a great thing to take a bath with. And remember, water is a conduit, so anything that we put into water is, you know, the vibrations are just gonna crack windows. Hey Maddie, how are you? Nice to see you. Nello says, yeah, fresh leaves juice, powerful healing magic, closes wounds, takes pain away. What are we talking about? I'm going to read Nello's question because I see it was way back. Oh, green tobacco juice. Gotcha. Aligns the spirit and body, thus helps the mind clear and tackle with the tasks needed. Nello, that's fantastic information. Thank you. And are you guys saying that the tobacco is an anti-procrastination plant? That's pretty sweet. So yeah, this one just floats in the bath, and I have all those other oil lamps. Great stuff. Also, this lamp does this, which is super fun if it's not lit. Whoa. It does look like a UFO to me, though. I keep myself entertained here at the cottage. No worries on that. So, alright, I feel like most of all I came on today just to kind of do a Q&A super quick. If there's anything that you guys need Etsy order-wise, please let me know, because I need you as much as you need me. And as soon as I get this whole thing done and up on Etsy, I will let you guys know the second it happens. I'm hoping that happens tonight. If I get bored later, I will be turning on my camera to say hello, because I don't have company this week. And it's just me. It's just me. Another goal I have tonight or the next couple days is to get my hoodoo kits put together. I have all of these cigar boxes of all different kinds of shapes and sizes, okay? All the way down to a teeny tiny one. So small, big, all different shapes and sizes, wooden. This one's magnificent. It's a big... And I'm going to be doing hoodoo kits inside of there. So it'd be good to pair them with an oil lamp, but if not, then like red flannel, herbs, you know, paper sacks, petition papers, hemp twine to tie up your, you know, just like a little kit of a bunch of things that you could use for hoodoo. So I'm excited to get those kind of rolling and put together. And I've got all of my Dr. Apothecary bags on the floor and my chemistry kits and all that kind of stuff to get listed. So honestly, guys, if you need anything, please say. And I will talk to you all very, very soon. Have a beautiful night, and message me if you need anything.